Loud and famous New York City, famous for its lack of pity. That's where a man named Eric Garner used to live. He was big and black and proud, had friends and family all around. And despite so many hassles with police, Garner's neighbors knew him as a man of peace. Eric Garner was in town, so the cops all gathered round. They said he tried to sell some untaxed cigarettes. Garner said it wasn't true, but he broke a bigger rule. In a land where if you're black, then you're a threat. The cops showed everyone black lives don't matter yet. And he told the cops, I'm tired, I'm so tired of being harassed. It was a brave thing for a poor black man to say. And before he died he cried, I can't breathe 11 times. Pantaleo grabbed his neck and threw him down. The other cops helped smash his face into the ground. Loud and famous New York City, famous for its lack of pity. That's where a man named Eric Garner used to live. He was big and black and proud, had friends and family all around. And despite so many hassles from police, Garner's neighbors knew him as a man of peace. After Garner stopped resisting, well, the cops just stood there watching. They picked his pockets and they rolled him on his side. Several minutes slowly passed, EMTs they come at last. No CPR, they said he still was breathing then. An hour later, Garner never breathed again. And the medical report said it was a homicide. Said he killed him when they wouldn't let him breathe. But there was no murder charge, seems it was never in the cards. Despite the testimonies and the video, judge and jury said the cops were free to go. Out in famous New York City, famous for its lack of pity. That's where a man named Eric Garner used to live. He was big and black and proud, had friends and family all around. And despite so many hassles with police, Garner's family knew him as a man of peace. Now Eric Garner couldn't breathe with the system round his neck that kills a black man just for holding cigarettes. Home of the brave, land of the free, what's this mean to you and me? It's all a sham if black folks' lives don't matter yet. If you're not rich or white, then you don't matter yet. Some kind of freedom if the people here can't breathe. He loved nature. He knew all about plants and trees and flowers, and he was known in the community as the peacemaker. And over the course of several years, he had been brutally harassed, sometimes in passive-aggressive ways, many times in very direct confrontations by the police. And he had tried tried to get those cleared up. Um, he had complained publicly and written letters of protest about the police abuse of him. And one day he was out and he had just finished up helping break up a conflict with some younger men, and then a group of cops ran up and started harassing him and accusing him of a horrible crime, selling cigarettes on the streets, untaxed cigarettes. So of course it's something meaningless. Eric Garner said, "I wasn't doing it," and he'd said something else more bravely: "Leave me alone, quit harassing me," justly. And the result was that the Pantaleo put him in a chokehold and gagged him to death. And then all of the police involved were not charged with anything afterwards, despite there being a video. So Eric Garner was his death was one of the many tragic but also catalyzing murders in the U.S. in recent years that has galvanized and put public awareness with groups like Black Lives Matter. And so not long after he died, his daughter, Erica Garner, who became a very well-known activist, died also from heart problems right after having her child. And so many people say she died of heartache and of being black in the U.S. So this is a song to pay tribute to Eric Garner and his brave life, and also to ask the question of what can we do with this reality of racism and genocide and land theft that has gone back to the very basic roots of the U.S. and still permeates everything now. We can do many things, but mostly we should listen and also share the truth whenever possible. This is Ballad of Eric Garner.